Surround sound speaker stands. There's the problem, and there's the solution. Stick around for a minute or two. I'll show you how we made these things. This is Harold Osmer, West Hills Wood. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, all that stuff. Hey, look, we got these surround sound speakers, and they need to be held up high enough over the back of the sofa so you can hear them and the whole bit. And we just needed some stands. You know, these glass jars are nice. They're heavy, and so that works out well. But we just wanted something a little more stylish. And if you make a straight cylinder or just a tower of some sort, it gets a little flimsy and might fall over. So I had an idea for a pyramid type design, and the lady of the house said, "Can you show me?" And so we built this. Now this is that thin plywood, and then I just created a box, and it was helpful to have the prototype. When you go to put these together, they're so thin, it's hard to stick them together, so we put a little extra material in there so we can put some pins in there to hold the whole thing together, which is really a good way to go about doing that. Make sure you don't shoot that thing through your fingers. And then we set it up, and this is a full-size scale model. And we said, hey, okay, that's tall enough, has the right look. Let's do that. Our angle turns out to be 15 degrees on this, and we have these side pieces, so we made 4 side pieces. We were able to cut these on the chop saw. Worked out well. And then we ran it over the table saw. One edge on the table saw at that same 15 degrees, because these are going to be the inside pieces now. And here's a neat trick. We got this gauge that helps us set the angle on the blade. And you turn it on, you put it at 0, and you stick it against your blade, and sometimes, you're up on the kerf on the blade, and sometimes it's just weird. And then, why don't you just put it on your splitter? And if it comes to 75, then you know you're at 15. Happens to be our magic number. So we're at 15, and it's a non-critical piece for us. So then you wonder, well, how long do these need to be? You could do the math, you could actually measure it, or you could just line it up against your side piece, like we did here. We have one beveled edge on the bottom, which would be to the right, and then you just do that. Now, how do you keep track of all of this? Well, you can see how we did one, and we have 4, so that's easy enough. And with this, we only have one angled side, let's call it, and 2 flat sides. Made the clamp and the glue up easy then. Everything matches. And you wind up with 2 like this. We have sharp edges all around. We don't want sharp edges all around. That's why we have a router table. And we rounded our edges. Now plywood, running lengthwise like this with the grain, it doesn't tear up as bad. If you go in crossways on the grain, that router table will tear that stuff up, and you just wish you'd done something else. So we turned our attention to the tops. We have a recurring theme in this house using this old flooring. It shows up in picture frames and other places, and so that's what we wanted to use. And we thought some stain would look good on this. And it does look good on this. It just doesn't really, it didn't satisfy us. So, okay, so if you're not going to stain them, and you can't unstain them once you've done it, then the only other way to go about it is to paint them. So we got some satin black spray paint, and of course there's some felt on the bottom here. I'd show you how we spray painted them, because it looks like you're spray painting. So there's the felt on the bottom. Helps isolate them, because these are speakers, they're not huge. They support the speakers, and that's our platform. The speakers that sit on top of this thing. So just where we started, with a glass jar. Nice, but we could do better. So we did better. They look good. Came up real nice. But the spray paint, you need to hit it after everything is completely dried. You need to hit it with superfine sandpaper. 400, just to rub it a little bit, and it makes them really smooth. And we put a little coat of wax on them, and there we go. The top was secured with clear silicone, so I didn't have to drive any nails or fasteners, anything like that. Of course, there are two, one on either side, and this is a very elegant solution to the surround sound speaker problem. Nice. Helpful to have a wood shop in the house. So, Harold Osmer, West Hills Wood. Be sure to subscribe and like. Send beer.